Welcome back to the show. And it seems like more and more every single day, more black people are opening their eyes and realizing that the Democrat Party is really no good. And they never have been good. I mean, since the very beginning, they've always been the people that have been against us, even still to this day. Now, they may put on a front and, try to, put lipstick on a pig, right? But more and more people are actually seeing the truth now. And it's a beautiful thing to see. With that being said, well, let's dive in.
Please help me understand Democrats, black Democrats out there. I'm talking to you. See, many of you, perhaps even most of you, constantly like to talk about the racist history of America and how terrible that history was. It's a history that has a lasting impact, you say. It affects us even today. So rather than to embrace forgiveness, you all continually push to remind the world of America's racist history. That seems to be the logic. Never let whites off the hook. But then, how is it that you continue to vote for the Democratic Party, who by all historical accounts were the major purveyors of this history that you can't seem to forgive or get over? It was the Democrats who defended slavery, who formed the Ku Klux Klan and voted against any actions being brought against Klan-led violence. It was the Democrats who imposed segregation, who were against the Civil Rights Act, and it was the Democrats who were responsible for most of, if not all of the lynchings of blacks. Somehow you seem to have forgiven and forgotten when it comes to Democrats. Yet you still press the issue of America's racist past, all while having your eyes glaze right over when reminded of the Democrats and that dirty detail of the past. You say that the racism of today has gone underground, that it hides in the shadows. It's no longer out in the open. You just have to have faith that it's there. Okay. If that's the case, could it be that the same racism that you believe is hiding right within the party that you vote for every single election?
Bingo.
By definition, racism is one race thinking that it's superior to another.
Here we go. Listen.
Now, preferential treatment is given to those that white Democrats think of as being incapable of competing with them on a level playing field. So if white Democrats think that they have a superior ability over blacks when it comes to getting something as simple as an ID to vote, then that's racist by definition. If a white Democrat thinks that blacks need lower standards than whites to get into college or to get a job, then that's racist by definition. If a white Democrat thinks that they have to help you with every little thing that you do or any little misstep that you've had because they hold you to a lower standard and have lower expectations of you, then they do not think of you as being at the same level as they are. That is them thinking that they're superior to you, and that is the very definition of the word racism. So, to my Democrat black Americans, please consider this. Consider that racist boogeyman that you say is lurking in the darkness, consider that you are the ones in the dark sleeping with that enemy. You've been in bed with this brand of racism for a long time. It's a brand of racism so far underground that it's used your own hypersensitivity towards racism against you. It's used that same hypersensitivity about racism to convince you that everyone else is racist but them. That they are to be trusted, forgiven, defended, and voted for, and meanwhile, those who want to treat you equally or simply by the content of your character instead of your skin color, that those are the racists. Thomas Sowell may have put it best when he said, when people get used to preferential treatment, equal treatment seems like discrimination. The Democrats have been offering you preferential treatment for over 4 decades in exchange for your votes. Since then, everything has gotten worse. Yet you still forgive and still forget. Perhaps it's time to walk away. Walk away from the party that's been working overtime to conceal its racist past and present. Walk away from those who do not consider you to be competent enough to compete with them. Perhaps it's time to consider another option. Perhaps it's time to consider culture.
Well said. I mean, that was absolutely beautifully said. Shout out to that brother right there, man. Shout out to him. The Democrat Party is 1,000% racist. And he touched on it right in that video. If you think that I need your help simply because of the color of my skin, if you think that I'm not capable of figuring out how to get an ID, or I don't have an ID, or I can't afford an ID simply because of the color of my skin, you're racist. It's that simple. You think less of me simply because of the color of my skin. You think you're better than me because of the color of my skin. Republicans are just like, no, we about to treat everybody equally. We don't care who you are, white, black, blue, purple, or where you're from. If you're an American, we're gonna treat you equally. Simple. Democrats, oh no, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to hold their hand, we got to coddle them. You know, what? I don't need your help. What makes you think that I need you? Man, it's time to walk away. Absolutely love what that brother said right there, man. That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. But there's more.
The gig is up. It's up. Black Democrats, aren't you exhausted? You're not tired yet? The fact that you had Hakeem Jeffries standing behind a podium for about 7 hours, holding up people's time, stalling to prevent a bill that passed. To do what? Not a thing. Aren't you exhausted? Black Democrats? Democratic fatigue is real. Let me tell all you silent generation baby boomers and Gen X politicians, you guys better come up with a new narrative real quick. You throwing these black, incompetent Democratic politicians in front of a podium, spewing that hoo-gaga is no longer working. Can't you tell? And just because you change your dialect to sound like a southern black preacher, you insert a Bible scripture in some of Martin Luther King's I Had a Dream speech, isn't gonna work. Read the room, black people. Because Gen Z and Gen Alpha are tired of hearing about the civil rights movement every February. I promise you. I know. I have black children. These children want to make money. Do you understand? They're not concerned about Section 8, Medicaid, and how they're going to get food stamps. They want to make bread. As we all know, the Democratic Party has thrived with the backs of people being dependent upon them. This new generation of kids, it ain't working for them. This new generation of children, this new generation, they're TikTokers, they're streamers, they're YouTubers, making billions of dollars, living the actual American dream. Adaptation is a part of life. So you black Democrats in the Democratic Party, you better come up with a brand new rhetoric, because before you know it, all you Democratic politicians will be living out the same system you so desperately love, because your party will be extinct. Good luck with that.
Hey, she's correct. She is correct. A lot of these young folks, man, they're seeing other people, because with the advent of social media, now there is a negative that comes with social media as well, but one of the positives that comes with it is people can see how other folks are living around the world, right? And when you see somebody that's your same age or around your same age that's living the life that you dream of, you like, man, I need to hustle. I need to go get to that. I ain't trying to sit on this Democrat plantation and be a victim all day, every day. I want to get to that type of life. It sounds like her kids, have embraced that and are striving to get there. She said, hey, they want to make some money. Hey, listen, I ain't mad about that. I am not mad about that. But yeah, the Democrat Party is going to become extinct. Because like I said, more and more people are waking up and realizing, hold on, we've been voting for y'all for 60 years. What has changed? What exactly has changed? Nothing. The same things black folks were complaining about back then is the same thing that these black folks that still vote Democrat complain about today. And you still vote the exact same way. Why do you keep voting for these folks? And a lot of people are realizing that and like, hold on, wait. We can't keep voting for these same folks. And honestly, when you really stop and just think about it, it doesn't make sense. Telling a party that you're only going to vote for them, you'll never vote for the other side, and you're only going to ever vote for them. And even if you don't vote for them, you're just not going to vote. You're not going to go vote for the other side. Where's the incentive for them to do anything for you? You're just stuck in no man's land, right? Because you've told this other party, well, I ain't ever voting for you. And you've told this party, I'm going to always vote for you. Where's the advantage in that? There is no advantage with that type of stance. There is not one. There isn't one. And that's why you see Democrat politicians always do the whole, we're going to hold your hand. We're going to give you this. We're going to promise you that. Here's this. Here's that. Because they make you dependent upon them. Simple. If you teach a man how to fish, he can fish on his own. But if you give him one, he's always going to come back to you. And they would rather just try to give people the fish rather than teaching people how to fish on their own because they're worried that they won't ever come back. And that's a fact.
To depopulate the black community. If Donald Trump was truly racist, one thing's for sure, the media does their big one on the Donald Trump propaganda. It's like everything that we learn from the media, once you do your own research, you end up finding out the opposite. Let's start out with the biggest lie. He's a racist. Okay, well, he was one of the biggest supporters to contribute to Jesse Jackson's presidency run in the 90s. Why would a racist man help a black man run for president? Questions that need answers, but let's get into another thing. You know who is racist? Margaret Sanger, the founder of Planned Parenthood. She literally founded the organization for the purpose of ethnic cleansing. It was never about health. It was never about women's rights. It was never about freedom of choice. It was about killing black babies to depopulate the black community. If Donald Trump was truly racist, wouldn't he want to help Planned Parenthood, continue funding Planned Parenthood, or even increase funding for Planned Parenthood? No, he was one of the main ones that wanted to defund Planned Parenthood. Maybe because he cares about black life. These abortion clinics that are planted into our neighborhoods do nothing but cause destruction to our women, to our family, and to our black communities overall. Now that leads me to mention women's rights and reproductive health. So many people have placed full blame on Donald Trump for the abortion ban. A lot of people don't know that he has said plenty of times that he is in full favor of abortion when it comes to the danger of the mother's life. The media won't show you that though. The media won't tell you anything about that because they want to paint Donald Trump as a heartless villain. Moving along in regards to women's rights, he signed an executive order protecting women in sports from competing with biological men who claim to be women. He also signed an executive order banning biological men from using the same restrooms as women and girls. Personally, I have a daughter and I don't want her competing with boys in sports. Because it's unfair and it's unsafe. And when we're out in public, I don't want my daughter to be in a restroom with a grown man while she's in the stall handling her business. And it's sickening to know that that's what the Democrats wanted. Donald Trump got into that office and said, absolutely not. On to the next claim. He's a loose cannon and he's going to start a war. The war between Russia and Ukraine has been going on since 2014. And just recently, in the last 3 or 4 years, the war has gotten worse and many lives have been lost. Under the Biden administration, billions of our tax dollars was used to fund this losing battle. President T got into that office and not even 2 months in, he was able to mediate a ceasefire. Moving on to the next claim. He's a liar and he's corrupt. How was he corrupt when 1 month in he was able to discover billions of our tax dollars being wastefully spent? Hello, he's exposing the corruption. Millions of our tax dollars have been used to fund LGBTQ plus initiatives in foreign countries. Did you know that your tax dollars were going to that? Because I didn't. I'm pretty sure that there are more claims to debunk, but I just want to mention one last one. Donald Trump doesn't care about the middle class. He only cares about his billionaire friends, right? How is that when he's proposing no taxes on people who make less than $150,000 a year? So I'm going to just end this off by saying thank you, Donald Trump, for your efforts. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you for going against the grain for the safety, protection, and well-being of the American people. A lot of us appreciate you.
Facts. We definitely do. Shout out Uncle Trump, man. Shout out to Uncle Trump. Doing the gosh darn thing, man. Doing the gosh darn thing, you know? Even though mainstream media and these so-called black leaders, I don't know who they leading or what they leading, but, that's what they call them, right? Talking about, oh, Trump racist, Trump hate this, Trump hate that. Nonsense. Meanwhile, they're constantly pushing for abortions while black women, and that's what I was looking up during that clip, black women get the most abortions. If you truly love black people, would you be advocating for abortions knowing that black women get the most? Black women out of the entire population of the U.S. Account for almost 50% of the abortions that happen in America. Black people as a whole, we're 12% of the population? 11% of the population? So black women are 6%? 6% of the population counts for 50% of the abortions. Almost 50%. It's like 40. It's like 43 or something. Where was that? Hold on, let me see. Let me get the correct number. 42% of the abortions. 6% of the population accounts for 42% of the abortions. If you truly love black people, would you be advocating for abortions knowing that statistic? I don't think so. Advocating for the extermination of a race. I don't think you'd be advocating for that if you truly cared about black people. Just saying. Democrats are still using the same old, or doing the same old things that they used to do way back when we were their slaves. They're just wrapping it in a different packaging. Just saying. They didn't like black people back then, exterminated some black folks. They don't like black people today. They use us as pawns. And hey, they can exterminate us, but they can't do it the way that they used to. So let's hand them the extermination. Let them do it themselves. But let's package it a different way. Let's say it's women's rights. It's your right to exterminate yourself. Come on now. We see through the smoke screen around here, baby. Next clip.
Donald Trump is a juggernaut. He's a juggernaut. He is a bull in the china shop. All right. If it ain't America first, he tearing that shit up. And I gotta say, I love this shit. Donald Trump is like Mike Allstott. He is like Warren Sapp. He's like Chidi Ahuntu. Like this he won't stop. This nigga man, what the Donald Trump is a savage. If you ain't part of his crew, if you ain't American, he is just going through. And I must say, I really like this shit. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And you know what's really cool is that I think he's starting to realize that it's these donors. Fuck these special interest groups. Wait, America got my back? That's all that matters? Oh, man, watch this. That's it. He's like, man, wait, the American people got my back. I'm about to tear some shit.
Yeah, we got his back. We have his back 1,000%. And we have his back even more than ever. Because as we saw in this past election, all they did was Trump bad, Trump terrible. And that's even still all they do, right, on mainstream media. And when you talk to some folks, right, especially the older crowd, not all, but the older generations are typically into this. And I think that's due to, not being as into, alternative sources of information or news, like right here on YouTube or other sources as well. They typically watch cable television news, right? The CNNs, the MSDNCs, the NBCs, and all they're getting is this constant stream of Trump bad, Trump terrible, Trump this, Trump that, it's just all Trump bad. And so you talk to them and they're like, Trump's crazy, man. Trump's a terrible person. And it's like, wait, what are you talking about? What you talking about, bro? Trump did what? No, that's bogus. Hey, look. Here's what he actually said. Trump didn't actually say the country's going to be a bloodbath, right? This is what he actually said. Trump didn't actually tell people to go riot in the Capitol. This is what he actually said. He said, go peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Remember they were saying that on mainstream media? Oh, Trump told these people. No, he didn't. Because they never showed his speech. They could have easily showed a speech. But they didn't. Didn't want to air that. Didn't want to show up for that. But it's interesting how they showed up to Butler, Pennsylvania, when Trump was hitting the ear. It's interesting how they showed up there. And I saw something that said that they even came with slow motion cameras. Quite interesting how that works. But, I'm no conspiracy theorist. I'm not going to get into the conspiracy theories because conspiracy theorists are always proven wrong, right? I'm being sarcastic, of course. I'm joking. We're always proven correct. But anyway, America's waking up. And it is a beautiful thing to see. More and more on a daily basis, people are waking up. And it is in part due to the Democrat Party and their TDS and their Trump derangement. And I played one of those clips for you maybe a week ago. It was probably 2 weeks ago now, where the young gentleman said that he came to a realization. And the realization was that every time Trump says something, the Democrat Party comes out and says he's wrong or says what he said was terrible. Every time he does something, they do the exact same thing. It's just whatever Trump does, they come out to just speak out against it. And it's the same thing mainstream media does. And when that's all that you're doing, eventually you're going to wake some folks up because people are going to realize, hold on, wait a minute. Y'all treating this man like he's the devil himself. Everything he says, everything he does, you just poo-poo it or you make it seem like it's the end of the world. No, that is bogus because none of this stuff has actually happened. You told me that everything was the economy was going to absolutely crash because of Trump's tariffs, and it didn't happen. You told us that we were going to go into World War III. And there was going to be bombs dropping from the sky over our heads, and it didn't happen. Everything. You told us that. Once Trump became president, he was going to round up everybody of color. He was going to round up black people. He was going to round up Mexicans and everybody. He was going to be rounding up all of us, anybody who wasn't a straight white man. He was going to round us all up. And it didn't happen. None of it happened. And people are waking up and realizing that they're just lying. They're fear-mongering you to vote for them. Instead of getting you to vote for them based on policy, based on how they're going to actually make your life better and improve the United States of America, they want you to vote for them based on fear. And they've always done it. You guys remember their campaign, vote or die. I'm going to die if I don't vote. This is going to be the end of democracy. Even though we live in a constitutional republic, end of democracy. Interesting. It's going to be the end of democracy, but y'all are already talking about midterm elections. I thought y'all said there weren't going to be any more elections. If there weren't going to be any more elections, then why are you talking about the next election? You just can't make this stuff up, man. You really can't. It's just absolute nonsense. But I'm happy that they're doing it because it's waking more and more people up. Yes, does it radicalize a bunch of people on their side of the political aisle? Unfortunately, yes, it does. And that's going to get people hurt. But it also wakes up a huge segment of the population, as we've already seen, and I've displayed for you guys in other videos. And maybe I'll put some more of those clips in future videos to come. It's waking a lot of people up as well, and they're moving away from the Democrat Party because they're tired of the lies and the nonsense. But as always, y'all get in the comments and let me know your thoughts and your opinions. Make sure you guys hit that arrow button down below, click the link, share this video, or copy the link, share the video, send it via text, via email, post it on your Twitter, on your Instagram, or your Instagram story. I don't care. Post it everywhere so America can see the truth. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.